Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be doing a breakdown on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you're really serious about trading and you want to do this, and you want to get daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into the market. So what do we got today? Dow was pretty flat. We saw the gap up and go early morning, but everything faded. Nasdaq was down 0.59%, S&P down 0.16%, Russell going down 0.76%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top. Leading the way, we have some risk-off move here in the market, guys. Healthcare leading the way, utilities, consumer defensive, consumer cyclical. That's because of Tesla was up today. But look at technology, took a massive hit. Again, Broadcom was down big time today. Stock market map, what do we have here on stock market map? You can see Costco also from consumer defensive took a big hit today, down about 3%. But Tesla, that's the main highlight today, up 3.52%. Meta up 0.5%, Google down 0.35%, and Eli Lilly up 3.38%. Amazon down 1.61%, Apple down 1.5%. And look at software applications right here. All are down, took a massive hit. Broadcom down 5.59%. We got Nvidia staying green and pretty much holding up this entire market, up 0.73%, and Microsoft once again going down 0.78%. We have when it comes to data. We got ADP employment tomorrow and then non-farm payrolls. And that's going to possibly move the market a little bit. But then we have going into especially Thursday, guys. We do have retail sales on Wednesday, but I don't think that's going to move the market that much. But we have the CPI coming out on Thursday and also the Michigan sentiment coming out on Friday. With that being said, let's get right into Broadcom. On Broadcom, it's down 5.59%. So you can see since that critical support broke 357, this thing it's on its way all the way down to the next support 330. And this is going to be a critical level. You can see a lot of trading here. I mean, we found bottom here, right here, right here. We went slightly under. So the next one would be around that 325 zone. But I don't think we need to get under 325 on Broadcom because this consolidation, I mean, it's been happening for past couple months back and forth. If this thing breaks that range, that would be 330 to 325. It's heading down to this gap and nobody is stopping it. So keep an eye on this. I mean, this is something that I'm watching, and I think if this thing breaks below that 325 to 330, we can definitely head down here to close this gap, and that's going to be around 308, 307. Now to the upside, because it sold off in just a matter of 2 days. I mean, look at the dump off here, guys. Just 2 days, and where was it? 414, and now it's trading at 340. So if this thing somehow gets a bounce, watch out for the resistance right here, right around 357. Maybe we get up to that 373 zone, but that's going to be really hard for the bulls to push it all the way up there unless there is some catalyst, some upgrade, something that's going to push this thing higher. So be careful. This thing might be coming down here, and then we get to see that bounce near 330 to 325. And I think it's going to happen because we left a massive gap open here on top, and it's just a matter of time where this thing sells off and then moves back up to the upside, because usually that's a big mover. This stock can move. Just because we are down 5-6% today does not mean that tomorrow it cannot go up 7%. So don't go and blindly short this. Now, new money short, it's really tough to make money on Broadcom right now. Try to catch the bottom if you can, or at least somewhere near the bottom. That would be, a special strategy here to play it back up to the upside, rather than going and shorting this thing right now. On Nvidia stock, it's up 0.73%. So Nvidia came all the way down to that 174 range almost on Friday and even today. But this thing actually held up pretty well, even though we got that breakdown from the bear flag. So watch out. Nvidia takes out 174. We might be retesting these lows down here near 170. And if that's out, I mean, especially if that's out, guys, we could be getting all the way down to 160s here on Nvidia. To the upside, I don't see anything here on Nvidia until we get over 178 and then over 184. That would look more bullish for more upside. At this point, Nvidia definitely, even though it's holding up, it's not looking really good. Especially if you're playing back up to the upside. So Netflix is down 1.49%, and again, it was up actually pre-market, I think nearly 1%, and then gave back everything, and now down to that critical support. We're not even holding that support, that 94 zone. It's slightly under 94. So here on Netflix, watch out if this thing bounces back up. What we need to do on Netflix, we need to get over 97. That would be more bullish for a run up to 100. Otherwise, we have to wait on this play. Especially under 94, we could be retesting that 91.7 here on Netflix. And below that, I mean, you can see it came down here. And that's going to be a much, much lower target. And I'm talking about like 80 bucks, 82. And I don't think bulls, especially if they don't want to buy this, they definitely don't want to see going down to that level because that's going to be a significant downside. And I'm talking about another 10 bucks from here. So Netflix definitely needs that bounce over 94, maybe perhaps over that 97 range, and then you're going to see that move up to 100 and possibly even higher in the future. On Apple, stock is down 1.50%. So Apple, you can see it's down today, all the way down to 273. But one thing I want to point out, because people that are actually subscribed to my channel, you know exactly, I did show you guys this monthly chart, and this monthly chart getting over that range, and I said it's going to come back in. Well, it's not even a month, just a couple of days, and fast forward, I mean, it's just like a week or so. I mean, from uh, 288, now we're down to 274. So you can see, I mean, Apple here definitely not looking, really good, even though it's sitting close to that all-time high. If this thing breaks below that, especially right here, that 273, 272, we could be going lower down to that gap. That's going to be around 265. So there is still a lot more downside on Apple. Now to the upside, now we need to get over where? Well, then 277 broke, right? So we need to recapture, reclaim 277, and then you're going to see Apple heading higher. Otherwise, Apple, I think, can come down and close this gap, and perhaps later on even close this gap all the way down here. So definitely watch out for the support around that 272, 273 range. If that gives up, we will be coming down and landing somewhere near 265, maybe even down to that gap exactly close to 264. On Tesla stock, it's up 3.56%. So once again, Elon pumped here with robotaxi news, and look at the gap up and go from 463 up to a brand new all-time high, almost 482. Now, there is no new money long that, going here and buying rather than these big whales buying, and who knows when they'll be selling it, because we all know, I mean, look at what happened Friday. It was up, then boom, it came all the way down and then went back up halfway. Today was another gap up and go. So Tesla, usually after a big run like this, yeah, maybe it can go to 500, but I think it's coming down very soon. So Tesla here, we did the positive thing here on Tesla, we did close over that previous high, 474. So that's the good news. As long as we stay over that level, I think 500 on Tesla is definitely achievable, and we can get there. Does that mean you go and buy calls here? Absolutely not. Wait for a pullback, maybe down to this support right here, not at 474, maybe down to this gap. Fill reversal support 464 to 463. If that holds up before hitting 500, that could be a short term opportunity to play it back up to the upside. But this thing, gets under the 5-day moving average, I'm not staying in it. 455 breaks. I don't think anybody should hold Tesla if you're going right here on a pullback, if that comes in before hitting 500. As of right now, the only level I see over 474, that's going to be 500 if we can get there come tomorrow. On Microsoft is down 0.78%. So Microsoft, they have that news that came out. They came out and cleared it, but looks like the stock is not listening to anybody, guys. You can see, I mean, this thing does not want to hold. I mean, you can call this even a big bear flag that is building. And once again, down today. So I think what's going to happen, some of these big names like, well, the Broadcom already came back quite a bit. Now, what's actually up? We still have Google up quite a bit. We got names like Tesla going up and hitting a brand new all-time high. So some of these big names will take a back seat. And guess what? Even Apple possibly can come down a bit more. Some of these names will get some rotation. Money will flow back into stocks like Microsoft, possibly even AMD. You got names like Nvidia that is down from all-time highs. So I think those will get some attraction at this point, especially going into next year. Then going and buying Tesla, I don't think that's the right strategy here. That we go and buy, chase something like Tesla. We have better names like Microsoft. We got names like Amazon that came down today quite a bit. So there are lots of opportunities that are actually in the market right now. But Microsoft definitely, I mean, if you look at the chart, you're not gonna like it. But if you're thinking about it, especially from the long perspective, I think it's really good. It's holding up right here at 473. It did hold up today, but if this thing breaks below that, we could be coming down to 467, and the next critical support right here at 462. To the upside, again, 480 rejection, 480 breaks. We might be heading higher to 484, and then even this gap 488 on Microsoft. On Meta, it's up 0.59%. So Meta was up to 653, but this thing was chopping all over the place. But one good thing I can tell you about Meta, it's holding up until now, that's 638, and the 20-day also moving up. So it's going to give the support here, confluence at that support 638. So as long as that holds, we might see that move back up over 650. If that happens, this thing can push back up to 664 and even higher. But once we get there, we can talk about it. As of right now, this could be just a bull flag pattern, but it has to hold that 638 range. Otherwise, it can come down to this 20-day, which is at 634, and then all the way down to this gap, 616 to even 615. On Amazon, stock is down 1.61%. So this is what I said in my previous video, that Amazon can come down here and close the gap. I think going into Monday 222, and this is exactly what we did, and it's holding up that gap as a support, that 222 range. So Amazon holds up here, we might get to see a move up to that 228 to 229. These two moving averages can get retested, and if we can get over these moving averages, we're going to see a move here on Amazon all the way up to this gap, 233.55, maybe up to even 236. Now, if this thing does not hold at 222, we could be going lower down to the lower band, 218, and then even flat 215. On Google, stock is down 0.39%. So bar to bar, we made a lower low today. You can see from Friday's low. Today was a new low, 305.74, and almost getting down to that gap. Now, people that are subscribed to my channel, if you go back and watch those videos where I said, I think it's heading down to 303. We were there, almost there, and I think it's still gonna go there to close this gap. So when you see the stocks going up, especially right now, we can talk about Tesla that is up, and a lot of people having FOMO, like, oh, I missed out. I should go in now. Let's just go in now. It's going to 500. Well, you can wait and look at this stock that when this thing was up, what I said that it's going to come down here, just give it some time because you don't want to go and chase something, especially on a big gap up and go. And Google did the same thing like Tesla is doing right now. It would just gap up and go like crazy, crazy big moves, like 10, 15 bucks up a day. And look at what's happening now. Cannot sustain that rally, and now slowly pulling back into that gap. So today what happened? Well, we did close below not only the 5-day, the 20-day moving average, which is sitting close to 311. To be exact, 310.73. If we cannot get over that come tomorrow, definitely it's heading down to that 309 once again, and 309 gives up. Definitely, you're going to see a move all the way down to that gap right here, 303.96. Gap fill reversal can happen there, or this thing can go down even more into 300s. On AMD, it's down 1.52%. So just like Nvidia, we had that bear flag, and look at the breakdown now, guys. It's breaking down. We got up to 215 today, but you can see we didn't even come close to the moving average here, the 20-day, this white line, 217.38, and now it's down to, it's holding. We did close the gap. It's holding right here at 207. So 207 gives up the next support flat 200, and that would be holding by this lower Bollinger Band. But below that, there is nothing, guys. I mean, this thing can come down easily down here close to 182, and maybe down to this gap 170. To the upside, there will be strong resistance at 217.38. If we can clear that, watch out for a move all the way back up to 226 on AMD.